Yo, what's up guys? Welcome to my channel Load Up Crypto. So in today's video, just a quick recap of the Bitcoin event that happened. So the Bitcoin conference that happened in Nashville. Huge hype around that conference. Obviously Donald Trump was speaking. There was a lot of other key players that were speaking as well. So just a quick recap of the event that happened and kind of some of the key notes. So I did find a great tweet, by the way, and on the tweet it gives you kind of key information about some of the highlights that happened on the Bitcoin event. So what I do recommend is that you kind of have a look at the tweet in your own time as well, but I'm just going to quickly run through it now. And just before we get into that, let's take a look at the market. So we can see Bitcoin is kind of trading around that 68k level. It's kind of hit that 68k level a couple of times today and dropped then back down to that 67.7k. Market in the last 24 hours is down 1.7%. Obviously majority of that is driven by Bitcoin and ETH. So you can see Bitcoin down 1.6% in the last 24 and ETH down 1.1%. So Bitcoin yesterday did actually hit 69k in anticipation for Donald Trump to talk at the event and kind of, hear out how he was going to go about, talking about Bitcoin, talking about the legislations and policy around Bitcoin, when potentially if he does come into power. So there was a lot of kind of speculation, and the price of Bitcoin did fluctuate and hit that 69k level. We've dropped back down to 67.7, and as I was saying, touching that 68k or so a few times today. But as I was saying, guys, the market generally looks pretty strong. I mean, there's a lot of great performers out there. Obviously, Bitcoin rising in the last 7 days, 1.6% move in the last 7 days is actually pretty significant in the grand scheme of things. Hopefully, we can continue on to the upside. There's no reason why that we shouldn't. We've got some key events coming up I believe at the end of this month, beginning of next month, which is like the FOMC meeting, and those interest rate discussions and so on. So we'll kind of see how that plays out. But I'm just in full bull mode, and I think potentially, purely my opinion, I think we're going to be going to kind of those what do you call it, price discovery kind of areas again very shortly. So yeah, I'm pretty much stacked up on my bags, and if you've been following this channel for a long time now, the way I kind of had played it was I was purely buying in the bear market, and now obviously prices are rising, and I'm just trying to catch the dips every now and then. So when we do have those pullbacks, just accumulating on some of those projects that I see to believe, or that I believe to be seen as, those good, strong, long-term holds. And yeah, that's pretty much how I'm playing the market right now. But as I was saying, guys, the market generally looks good, and Bitcoin, kind of rising up to that all-time high again, and it's looking pretty decent. Let's take a look at the Fear and Greed Index. So I'm checking this out on CoinMarketCap. Fear and Greed Index is at 63. So yes, we're kind of at the levels of greed. But just remember, guys, when we're in a bull market, we can stay at greed and kind of hit those extreme greed levels for quite a long period. So although we're at greed at the moment, if you wanted to, you can take some profits on some of your plays where you've got good returns. But I'm just saying, guys, generally when we get to that area which Raoul Paul calls the banana zone, where everything literally just goes up, we can be on greed for a long time. So as I was saying, guys, the market right now is sitting at greed. So guys, let's take a look at a recap of the Bitcoin 2024 conference. So got to give props to Luke Martin. He's put this together, this great thread. And as I was saying, guys, do come over and take a look at this thread as well. I mean, I won't play the videos, but I'll kind of just scroll through and give you some of the key points. But come over here, take a look at the videos, and just hear what some of the speakers were saying. So firstly, we've got RFK, obviously another presidential candidate, who also was talking about Bitcoin and holding Bitcoin as a reserve for the US. And he's talking here, Treasury to purchase 550 Bitcoin daily until the reserves hold 4 million BTC. So that's his kind of plan. Obviously bullish for crypto, bullish for Bitcoin, and that really set things off. And then coming down here, we've got some other talkers that are talking as well. So Edward Snowden talking about Bitcoin as an alternative to the obviously currently rigged system that we have, and how Bitcoin is the new financial system out there. So pretty interesting talk. Take a look at the video, 1 minute long, just kind of touches on the key area there. And then we had Michael Saylor, obviously a Bitcoin maxi. He was given his price predictions for Bitcoin in 2045, and his bear case is actually 3 million per coin, bull case being 49 million per coin. So that's absolutely outrageous, the kind of prices that he's predicting. But saying that, I mean, we could potentially even get there. So I wouldn't really go against it. In 2045, bull case 49 million, I think we'll probably be somewhere in between that 3 million to 49 million. So yeah, he was mega bullish on Bitcoin, as he always is. Then we had some of the other big speakers as well, and these guys were talking about BlackRock spot BTC ETF, and pretty much talking about the inflows and outflows and so on. Again, another kind of interesting video if you guys wanted to take a look at that. RFK again talked about the iOS to make changes on how it handles Bitcoin transactions. Obviously bullish for Bitcoin and bullish for crypto. And let's bring this down to the big man here speaking. So Donald Trump came to the podium and was mega bullish on Bitcoin. He literally, he was out there laying it out and talking about what he's going to do on day one, talking about how the opposition don't really understand Bitcoin, and this is the party that pretty much has crypto at its interest, at the interest of the users, and of the interest of America as well. So yeah, he really talked in detail about how Bitcoin can be seen as bringing value to America. And so he was saying here, on day one, this got huge cheers as well. On day one, I will fire Gary Gensler. So obviously, if he comes into power, we can expect Gary to be gone, because he's been giving us a pretty much squeezing our balls for the last 3 years or whatever it's been. And I think we all want to see the back of him anyways, and Elizabeth Warren as well. So yeah, this is pretty bullish. And Trump then also promised to shut down Operation Choke Point. So this is where literally the SEC has been going after all of the kind of crypto exchanges and so on, and some of the big players. So yeah, get rid of all of that. And this is another big one. There will never be a CBDC in the US. So that's obviously bullish, because we know CBDC is a setback for crypto. Crypto should be pretty much should be the financial system. We shouldn't be having CBDC. Too easy to track our spending, and just too much control to the government. So yeah, that was a great keynote that he also spoke about. So Trump pledges to support the expansion of stable coins. Bitcoin is not threatening the dollar. So you can see how he's just changed his tune on Bitcoin, how bullish he is on Bitcoin and crypto. And there was a lot that he actually spoke about, which was mega bullish for Bitcoin. So what I think is happening right now is obviously the event took place on the weekend. The market will digest what Trump's saying, and we'll hopefully come Monday, come the following weeks, we should start seeing some of the impact trickle through into the prices of Bitcoin and our other bags as well. So yeah, guys, interesting tweet. You know, all the key points about the Bitcoin conference. Take a look at it. So it's posted by Luke Martin, whose at is Venture Coinist. So check it out. You know, some key points there, key videos that you can have a look at. And if we take a look at the Bitcoin chart here, so I was taking a look at this on the daily, Bitcoin USDT, currently trading at 67.6, and we seem to be, so if I pull in a trend line, let's pull in the parallel channel, and let's just put that like this, so it touches a few points. So you can see we are trading in this range, and obviously that range is pretty much an upwards trend. So that is obviously looking good. And on the RSI, on the daily, we're kind of at this what is that? That's probably about 60, 69, 70, 70 level. So just kind of in a range really. What I'm expecting is that we could potentially just have that flip over and continue on to the upside here. Because if I take a look at this on the weekly, we're actually going to the upside, so that could play out, and prices continue to rise. So let me go back on the daily. So yeah, we could just have that crossover, move back up to the upside. So we could potentially see the price of Bitcoin go something like, I should use a different color really, isn't it? Let's change that to a black. So let's pull it. So basically, drop down slightly and then continue on to the upside, and hopefully have that breakout, which is at you know, the 73.8k, which is the all-time high. But if I pull in the Bollinger Bands as well on the daily, you can see, let me get rid of these drawings 1 second, just get rid of that. Okay, so on the daily, on the Bollinger Bands, you can see we kind of came down, hit that level of support of the middle of the band, and then start rising up again. So hopefully we can continue rising up to the top of the Bollinger Band, which will be about 71k. Maybe have a bit of a pullback and then continue rising, or we could just straight out break out and continue rising to the upside. But just generally, guys, the market looks pretty good. Bitcoin looks strong. 200 EMA, we're above that on the daily. We're above the 100 EMA on the daily. We're above the 50 EMA on the daily as well. So above all three kind of critical EMAs. And even on the weekly, let's check that out. Reset the chart view. We can see we're above all those key levels as well. And we've got the RSI moving to the upside on the longer time frame. So guys, as I was saying, looks pretty good to me. It looks like you know, Bitcoin is moving in the right direction. Had some key events over the weekend, and hopefully, guys, that continues into the market in the coming weeks, and we really start to build up some momentum and hit that banana zone. So let's see how it plays out. And yeah, hit me up in the comments. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you thought about the Bitcoin conference, about some of the keynotes. Hit me up in the comments. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, and I will catch you in the next video. Peace out.